all the specific persons I wanted in my life. So, how to manifest that SE that you want? So, I'm gonna tell you my story so you can understand a little bit more deeply how I do it. So, in my first video, I was talking about how I manifest and how I start manifesting a specific people, no matter where they was, how they was, or if they was with somebody or not. I don't even know if they was with somebody or not. Period. I don't know. I just manifest them, and everything that I imagined just became exactly my life. So I already told you guys what happened to that first person where I started manifesting. And this second person that I want to talk about um, is that I started manifesting this person with the old metal. How you call old metal? How you say metal? Zach?
Metal?
Me, like metal? Like a
Oh, method.
method?
Method.
Method?
Th-
Method?
Method.
Method?
The old method.
Old method.
The old method, yeah.
Anyways, I manifested with the old method. And I won't lie, it was almost impossible to do. But it became real. Okay? I don't know if you guys know what's the old method, but I'm gonna talk about it in another video that I probably gonna do very soon. And the old method that you can look for it in Google, YouTube, anywhere. How I used it was when I was alone in my bed. Um, you know, doing my stuff. I started doing my stuff, you know, touching here, touching there, and right when you are in that moment, which is the moment I was in the moment, you gonna start imagining that you are having sex with that person, pretty much. That you are not touching yourself, that is that person, that everything is happening with that person. And let me tell you, I don't know exactly how many months exactly went by, but I'm gonna say 7. A lot of stuff happened in those 7 months. I moved like 3, 4 times, and I let old stuff go. And one thing I want to include into this is that every time you are trying to manifest somebody new, or you trying to manifest anything in your life, right? Especially big stuff. For some reason, exes come back. Um, People from the past come back, and in that moment, you know that something is coming, or at least that's my experience. I was being like that, and it's just surprising me, like how these people come back, because I really don't have no contact with them. Years pass, and it's always a different person. It's always from the past. Most of the times, an ex. Which I'm gonna talk about that in another video too. Um, what was talking about? Oh yeah, people from the past start coming back right before your manifestation comes. So with after this other, like when I was manifesting this person I was talking about with the old method, with I was unconscious that I was doing that. Like I didn't know that it was an old method. I just felt like it. By the way, I also if it helps you and you have a picture of the person, also helps. You can use a picture of the person and just, to have a picture in your mind of how this person looks, because, you know, sometimes, if you're trying to manifest a specific person that you only saw once or twice in your life, you know, it's gonna be difficult to remember their face, or at least me. I forget names. I never remember names or faces. It's almost impossible to me to do it unless I see this person, and not even if I see this person like all the time. So I need a picture. I don't know if you are like me, but if you are not, good for you. This is how I do it. Um, and it works very good. So yes, I just randomly manifest this person when I moved, like after I moved like 3 times. Because like I said, my life was like a little bit like, I don't know. Everything was all over the place. I didn't know what's gonna happen, and yeah, it was crazy. And I'm a person that I like to take risks, and when I see myself in a difficult situation, I try to change it right away. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it always come out good. So until now, great. So after I, by the way, finished with this person that I manifest, which, like I said, it was only about sex, because it was, I feel like the old method, you need to also include other love stuff, because if you only do that one, I feel like your relationship is gonna be only about sex and no love. And at the first, yes, I was feeling like, you know, I was in love with this person, of course, sometimes we feel like stuff are certain way, but they are not. I was a little blind in the moment. But then I realized that that wasn't the person I wanted, and I didn't want it to change him. I always choose not to change SPs because I feel like it's a waste of time. It takes time, and just seeing the 3D, how the 3D is showing itself, if they are not trying to help me to change, why should it, at least me, do an effort for it? I choose not to. Um, I feel like, you know, you can always, if the person don't, pursue or try to change, you can always find somebody better. Just like they can find somebody better, somebody that they probably was looking for, because apparently it was in me. So that's exactly what I did with next this last person that I just guys told you about. I just decided to leave their side because the things was getting very toxic, and I feel like it's because that's another thing I want to talk about, that I feel like these relationships, since I've been just kind of like, I manifest this person, right? I didn't heal. I didn't know about healing, and I passed with the problems that I was with the last person to the next person, even though I kind of like had time, but I never really healed, you know. So I had stuff from my last relationship that I include in the other relationship, and little by little they was getting toxic in the same way. So I recommend healing before you go from one relationship to another one, because my relationships, I know that it was connected. This person was certain way, and then the other person that I manifest after was doing similar stuff that I didn't like. Didn't like at all. So yeah. And then after I finish with this person, I take about, let's say, 8 months, right? I was like, okay, I want to heal myself in these 8 months. But I couldn't help it. I was feeling a little lonely in that moment, and I was like, I really want somebody that like the stuff I like. I like to trade. I like art. I like music. And I was like, I really like. I didn't knew that this was gonna happen so fast, but I was like, I really, really, really want somebody, you know, to be in company, especially because, which this is another story. I'm in a place that I'm pretty much alone. So Anyways, I just, when I move out from this other person that I just guys tell you about, I start looking more into manifestations and how really do it and how really get into it. I watch thousands probably of videos. It's just in my bed. I never had a job in a moment, which by the way, when I finished with this other person, I didn't have a job neither. And I finished with everything, like I cut off everything. Because this other person that I just told you guys about, was gonna relate it with my job. So I just decided to cut everything and move from everything, all the drama, just like that. And it was the most amazing thing and the most amazing decision that I took. Why? My life just completely changed, even though in the moment it looked like it wasn't looking the way I wanted, and it wasn't looking anything like I was gonna find somebody. First of all, I was in a house all the time, all the time. I never went out. How? I gonna meet somebody if I'm always in my room, just chilling in the bed, you know? So I decided to download an app, which I'm not promoting Tinder or anything like that, but it was Tinder. Okay, I find this person that I used to right before I go to sleep, and in this moment I didn't know about Neville, I didn't know about Neville Goddard, none of that. I just felt like I wanted to do it right before I went to sleep, and I used to imagine myself with this person, this guy, exactly how I wanted and how I wanted him to treat me and the stuff I wanted us to do. Like for example, I imagined myself at least 7 times snorkeling with him, and we did this so many times. Like snorkeling, we did it so much. And I imagine myself going to dinner with this person, going everywhere with this person, because in that moment I never, like, I have so much in this place where I'm at, this island. I live in an island, by the way. I never really experienced or explored deeply. So with this guy, I did the most exploring in this place and the most thing, and it was exactly how I imagined it. It's exactly, I really recommend to do the before you go to sleep, like visualization, and just imagine it. Like if you fall asleep in that state, even better. I swear, 2, 3 months passed, and I didn't know yet, but I was talking to this person, and pretty much as soon as I meet this person, I already knew that he was the person, because he had everything in common with me. But the first thing I realized that he had in common with me was the one I most like, which is trading. Well, guys, I think this is the end of my story. Thank you for listening. I hope I hope that this helped you guys in something. By the way, I feel like manifestation is more about intuition. Sometimes you feel like doing something, do it. And yes, just like this makeup I did today, let me show you guys. It was all intuition. This makeup I did today. I think even the braids was intuition. I don't know. See you guys.